have proof that the Red Sea crossing happened.
Now, I've responded to the video that's being shared here multiple times in the past, but people just keep sharing it. So, all right, let's see it.
Like proof, not just artifacts on the bottom. We had those. We had chariot wheels on the bottom of the Red Sea.
Chariot wheels have never been discovered on the bottom of the Red Sea. What we're looking at in that image is a photograph of coral that just reminds people of maybe an axle and a wheel. But Ron Wyatt has never provided any evidence whatsoever that there were actually chariot wheels discovered anywhere in the Red Sea.
We had all these cool little artifacts.
There are no artifacts that plausibly come from any Red Sea crossing.
But the coolest thing that I saw is the shoreline. If you've ever watched the Ten Commandments movie, they had that big pillar of fire that came down. That's mentioned in the Bible. This pillar of fire, I just pictured these flames coming down.
So this video is going to go on to talk about this pillar of fire burning stuff, but the only part of the entire story of the Exodus that addresses whether or not the fire that manifests or that attends God's presence burns stuff says that it doesn't. That's Exodus 3, where God appears to Moses in the burning bush, and the bush is on fire, but is not consumed. It is not being burnt by the fire. So again, there's no indication that the fire that attends or manifests God's presence in the story of the Exodus burns stuff.
But when you go to that shoreline where it's documented to happen, the entire shoreline is melted sand. And it takes about 3,000 degrees or more to melt that sand.
So melted sand becomes glass. There is no glass anywhere on the shoreline. What there is beach rock, which is a perfectly natural phenomenon that occurs in many different places around the world and has nothing to do with sand being heated by fire. What beach rock is the result of a process where along a shoreline there are depositions of sand and seashells and rocks and stuff like that, and then seawater or groundwater rich in dissolved minerals, and particularly calcium carbonate, saturates those sediments, and then because of heat, because of evaporation, because of other chemical processes, the calcium carbonate binds to the sediments, the water goes away, and then it hardens into this rock called beach rock that can look like the sediment has been melted. But it's not melted sand, it's not glass, and it was not created through a process that involved fire or 4,000 degree temperatures or anything like that. It's something that just happens in many different places around the world, including around Nuweiba Beach.
And it's evenly melted. You can almost see like footprints. There's stones infused in this melted sand. This is amazing.
So when the audio here says you can almost see like footprints, it's not actually describing footprints, and there were clearly not barefoot people walking on sand that had been heated to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just saying that the surface of this beach rock is contoured. It almost kind of looks like footprints. And whenever this audio gets shared with a video, the video always shows these footprints that are from White Sands National Park, New Mexico, and are human footprints from 20,000 years ago. They have absolutely nothing to do with the Red Sea. They have absolutely nothing to do with the beach rock on the shore of the Red Sea. They have absolutely nothing to do with any historic Red Sea crossing. But in the videos that they make when they share this audio, they always try to make it seem like you're looking at actual human footprints from the people who are crossing the Red Sea. And that's simply not true.
You don't hear about it. If it was a proof of evolution, it would be in every single textbook.
Well, unlike social media, the people who write textbooks for most of the states in the United States have actual evidentiary standards that they have to meet. This is not proof of anything. This is just a demonstration of the baffling and abject ignorance and scientific illiteracy of the people who are trying to set out to prove that the Bible is inerrant and historical and true. And those are dogmas that people just choose to accept. They are not conclusions that are supported by the data. And the fit for this video has been the Frank Miller Ben Grimm